what's the feeling around the team right now? And I don't know how much attention you were paying to it, but knowing that the Revs also dropped points, and so
we're not talking about the supporter shield. I mean, it would have been a miracle. We just need to focus on what we need to do to stay ahead of Colorado, who losing right now, and Sporting KC has a big game tomorrow. We need to just focus on ourselves. That performance shows us that we have to focus on ourselves, not just look at scoreboard watching.
Jada, go ahead.
Thank you. Excuse me. And in focusing on yourselves, Brian, you haven't had to play too many games without Yamar, and it seemed like the little bit of the backline was had questionable moments tonight. How did the not having him tonight play a factor in the outcome, the loss?
I wouldn't say, Jada, that Yamar is the only answer. He certainly is a tremendous player. And yes, we missed him, but I have faith in Javi. I have faith in AB. I have faith in Shane. First goal didn't come. I doubt Yamar could have affected that play. And then the second goal, that happened from, just a very combination of many little small circumstances that we need to do better as coaches. I need to do a better job to give the players the tools that are successful to be successful. And Quintero dropping in the pocket there with two lively forwards, put us under a little bit of pressure. So, Yamar would have been a big help today, but, not so sure that he would have been our savior. I think if you look at the opposite side of the ball, I know you didn't ask the question, I'm sure someone will, but, we could have done better offensively as well, Jada. That was one of the reasons why we didn't collect any points tonight either.
Alonso Contreras, go ahead.
Thank you, Alex. Coach, tough loss. The first two goals came from easy mistakes that you have mentioned in the past happen within the team. How to fix them, and what do you think the defenders can do in those mistakes?
Well, they need to learn from them. We need to learn from them. Set pieces are very, very critical at this time of year, throughout the year. Again, we need to do a better job as coaches to make sure that the players are trained, that they understand their responsibilities on set pieces. And we need to make sure that every player is aware that teams have certain plays. They work on it during training and they do certain things. And so we have to be on our toes. And then, the individual defending that went on for the second goal. I mean, yeah, somebody needs to make a tackle. He can't dribble around 3 or 4 of our guys. But then again, the play started up a little higher up the field, Alonso. There were some tactical things that allowed them to, start that play that, I'm going to try and correct. So we'll watch the film and we'll try and correct it as we go.
Reminder for media, if you have a question for head coach Brian Schmetzer, please hit that raise hand function button so we can get you in the queue. Next up, we will go over to Mickey Turner. Mickey, go ahead.
Thanks, Alex. Coach, you'd obviously had a couple of previous games with some fast starts, and you started off on the front foot in this game. Did the fact that you weren't able to really punch one in, take a little bit of the wind of the sails, especially when they scored?
Well, I mean, look, at some point you got to give credit to your opponent. I'm going to give credit to Tab and Houston for manufacturing some goals. We'll give them that. Yes, we started on the front foot. It's what we talked about. I think the team did a good job. We had some chances early on. I thought in the first 10 minutes of the game, I thought, okay, we can generate some chances, some possession. And then that first goal kind of took us by surprise a little bit. And I think it shocked him a little bit, Mickey. I think it got to him a little bit. And then the second goal came shortly thereafter. and then you're chasing the game, and then the game becomes, something different. So, when Jimmy scored, I thought again we could kind of manufacture some control of the game. We tried to change things up at halftime with just a tweak in how we, shifted the team around. But again, credit to Houston. I think they hit the post, 4 times, or the crossbar 4 times. I know it would have been a great storybook ending for JP's ball to go in. I think Christian had some looks. So it was a pretty up and down game with some numerous chances for both teams. But again, credit to Houston.
Felipe Maqueda.
Thank you, Alex. Coach, how to keep focused to the players knowing that they're playing a team that is really low in the conference, so that mentality doesn't impact the development of the game?
We talked about that, Felipe, a lot. We talked about it 2 days ago, yesterday, today, and I don't think that was the problem. I think our execution of certain plays, both defensively and then again offensively, because we should have generated enough chances to score more than 1 goal. That's my belief. I just think it was the execution of the team. So sometimes when you have players coming in from international duty that, haven't been training with the group, the group is still a little light. Yes, Neymar wasn't there, Nuhu, Javi coming back, Christian coming back. I think the team suffered a little bit in their cohesion. I don't think that group of players took Houston lightly. We understand that every point is vital for us to stay ahead of Colorado and Sporting KC. So I don't think that was the issue.
Jeremiah, we'll go back to you for your follow-up.
El profesor Maqueda le pregunta a Brian.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Brian. I mean, how big of a setback is this? And I mean, is it a setback? I guess is even.
It's a setback, yes. It's a because we lost, Jeremiah. It's a setback, but this team has shown that they can rebound from subpar performances and still keep their eye on the prize. It's not going to be easy going to Colorado. It's not going to be easy at home to Sporting KC. It's not going to be easy to go down to LAFC. None of the remaining games are going to be easy. We get it. We understand it. We're going to watch the film. We're going to do our normal routine. We're going to watch the film. They're in there doing right now all the physical regen starts now. And then when we get home, we'll watch certain parts of the film. We'll try and do better. The coaching staff will try and do better to make sure they're not surprised how our opponent plays, what they're doing. We'll get a game plan together for Colorado, and we'll move forward. That's always, we've done that always. Win, loss, it's always the same process. We believe in the process. We'll be okay.
Before we go over to Alonso Contreras for his follow-up, just a reminder, if there are any remaining questions for head coach Brian Schmetzer, please get in the queue so we can get through to everyone. Alonso, we'll go back to you now.
Thank you, Alex. Coach, the team has achieved great results in different rotations. But I would like to ask you if the decision to not play Alex Roldan or Nuhu was based on any muscle fatigue, or you just wanted to keep a different rotation based on the opponent.
Yeah, Nuhu had a very long flight from Cameroon that was delayed. That was one of the reasons why Nuhu didn't start. And then Alex, you saw, and Nuhu played both games for Cameroon, started both games, and same with Alex. I mean, he played 3 games. So the fatigue was the factor, the decision-making factor for both of those players.